Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Eureka seveN Volume 1, The New Wave. I am Michael, and now we're going to be going into the last couple encounters, which are actually pretty cool. It changes things up a bit. Since this is the end, I will be showing off at least one more thing after the end credits roll, and then that'll be it. Episode 5, the finale. I can't believe we're already here. It feels like it was not that long ago that we started this little adventure. Still can't afford the rocket launcher, and I think this is the last time I get to go into the shop. So let's spend all of our money. Let's up our armor for sure. We're gonna want that. Some shot. No, not some shot. We don't need that. Some power booster, maybe a bit. Maybe that would be nice for some things. But, not really a whole lot. Maybe I will take the shot after all. I can still buy things. There's actually not any reason to buy the bulletproof shirt, unless I left my LFO. Yeah, you'll see why we don't need the chute pretty soon here.
Sumner! What's going on? The captain just said that we're to arrest you for some reason, but I don't understand why!
Never mind that. Is everyone okay?
Steven and Pez's KLFs were shot down, but the two of them are fine. Hookie took out one enemy unit while lifting, but his board was destroyed. The others are just circling around in the sky waiting to see what's gonna happen. Yep, we're basically in a stalemate.
I see. And what about the Vodorak operative? I've got her right here. She's restrained.
Oh, really? We were worried about you.
That's right, especially since Seville threatened you. Anyway, what's this about handing that LFO over to Holland?
Well, we have our orders. We're taking your LFO, whether you like it or not.
Whoa! Sean!
Why, you? You're not Sumner!
He's getting away! Sumner! Respond! Have you turned traitor?
Damn it! Why doesn't it work? I've got the compact drive linked up to the socket, but the only way to save Ruri is to get you to work. Please, start moving! I believe in Ruri! It moved!
I can't believe it's moving. Sumner! Is that you?
Go Nirvash!
Sumner! Never mind me! Get the Nirvash to Holland! What's going on here, Sumner?
Please, let me go. This is all I can do now.
And so, we're going to equip what we had just bought. Though there's no reason to equip Sumner. We'll upgrade our power cylinder, upgrade our armor, upgrade our chute, and then just give the power booster because why not? We can. As you can see, the Nirvash does not have a weapon. If you remember from the anime, after Eureka leaves the military, which this is technically at that point, they never use any guns. The Nirvash is solely melee. Which is why there was not much reason to buy the ability to increase our shooting, but I mean, I had the money. This is also the first time we're playing in something other than our regular LFO. Ever since I can't speak today. I apologize. We fight in 3 LFOs in the story. The first one was the training robot from New Wave. The second is our 505, and now we get to play as the Nirvash, which is really cool and really fun. Because, wow, this is an Eureka 7 game and we get to play in the Nirvash. It's just really cool. The Nirvash is really fast, it's streamlined, it's also very shiny for some reason. And, yeah, we do have Ruri helping us here. We are fighting Huki and Jillian, which is kind of sad. Though we don't destroy them.
Ruri! That unit's got a ref board installed on it. Just leave this to me, and use that board to escape.
Lift from here? That's impossible.
Ruri, fly!
It's impossible!
You can do it! I believe in you!
And I believe in you, seveN. I'm flying! Remember the place where you and I first met? It's not far. If you survive this, I'll be waiting for you right there!
Gotcha! Now get out of here, Ruri!
I mean, the place where you first met is the training ground outside of New Wave. Probably not the best place to go.
What's wrong with you? Aren't we all a team?
Please, let me go! I don't want to fight you all.
We can't let you go! If you try, I'll have to kill you!
And now we gotta finish fighting them. Like I said, it'd probably be a bad idea for Sumner and Ruri to meet up where they first met, since that was at New Wave. You know, where all the military is, and if these radio channels are open like it seems they are, then Jillian and Huki would have heard them say that, and would likely know where they met, unless they just never realized that that was Ruri, or they have completely forgotten who Ruri is, like Jillian kind of implied, unless that was just jealousy. But anyway, we're now by ourselves against them, and they are kind of chumps. We are pretty strong, having upgraded our attacks, and they're just kind of weak in general. Huki and Jillian have never been the strongest competitors in the game. And that's one down. We did not kill them, although you would assume with the explosion that they are dead. No, they are not dead. We don't kill our friends. It's just a lot of fun playing as Nirvash. It just feels so good. And while I don't think it was needed, we could have gone the whole game without playing as the Nirvash. It's just a nice little reference to what the game is. As you can see from my health, I am really wrecking these two. This is actually also a really big arena. We have the entire top space here, plus the initial ramp from the previous fight. It just gives you a lot of room, which is kind of weird because of how the Nirvash is. We kind of need to stay close.
Damn it! I never wanted to fight you for real! Damn it all!
Huki, of course, stating that we are better than him. And that's a lot of money we got. That was a fair amount of money for that fight.
Huki, Jillian, back off.
But sir!
I have my duty to perform. Here I come!
Well, time to fight our old boss.
They're taking us on. Well, let them.
So this fight was in particular why I wanted to upgrade our equipment so heavily. When I first played this back in high school, this fight literally killed me time and time again. My entire game I basically only focused on getting stronger and stronger weapons and never really upgraded my equipment, so that I was just getting destroyed during this. I basically had to spam to survive, and even then... anyway, they're kind of monologuing. It's on the bottom, I don't worry about talking over it, because it's really just kind of I'm good, you're he's saying we're the bad guys when really, and he kind of wants us to join them. We're a good pilot, but as we know, they'd probably just use our ability to mess with other people's minds to make them fight more like us. But anyway, like I was saying, this guy is really strong. He has a lot of attacks. He probably has the most weapons out of any LFO in the game. And they all hit like trucks. They all hurt. And we're kind of just drifting around each other right now. And I tried to attack him before I did. I tried to attack him before he hit me, but I couldn't get him in time. While there is a lot of arena up here, it's very wide open. There's not a lot of area to hide from his attacks. When he blew up that, I don't know what it is, whatever that was, when he blew it up, it now became a ramp, so we can jump, get up high to strike down on him, which is a good idea. But kind of hard. It's not the most reliable attack. If you can get him, it's good. If not, our attacks are still our strongest. It's our only option, so getting them in good combos like that brings down his health pretty quickly. Here's the railguns, the rockets. It's a hard fight. Here we go. If I'm lucky, I get him. Yeah. I'll just hold that. One good spam maneuver is to just constantly throw the boomerang. If you can time it right, you can kind of stun lock people, but with his multiple types of attacks, that would kind of be pretty difficult. Even now, I'm starting to get worried. Like, man, I've upgraded as much as I'm going to be able to, and he is really, really wrecking my day. Speaking of day, it's now like twilight, and this is a really somber mood. Like, the sky is dark, everything is casting shadow. It just really brings to light, no pun intended, how much things have changed. We kind of went into this game with really bright expectations, and for the most part, it's always been sunny. There have been a few night scenes, but we never like really delved into them. It's always been pretty bright, and now we kind of have this moot, brownish orange glow. Kind of makes the Nearwash look a little weird. And one thing about the Nearwash design is it is very shiny. Like I said, it's kind of weird how shiny it just is. Yeah, the Nearwash isn't like a normal LFO. We can only punch you. We can just punch you really hard.
It's time we settle this like men. Sumner, come and get me!
I mean, it's a good thing Sumner knew that that thing on his back was a ref board, or else this would have been really bad.
I don't know what's gotten into you, but if you leave here, you'll have nothing left.
Fine. I'm through trying to become something. Wherever I go, whoever I face, what I want to be most of all is myself.
You're prepared to go that far?
Captain Seville, I'm gonna beat you.
And now we have a fight in the sunset, and man, do I love this. It looks so good. The coloring is so much Eureka seveN. It's just great. So we both have full health again, obviously. Because we don't have any ranged weapons, we kind of have to time this right to get a bunch of good punches on him. Because I haven't upgraded our lift attacks, we still just have the basic combo, which isn't the greatest, but at least it'll work. If I can time it right. This game was really hard to time the lift attacks. The sequel definitely made that a lot better. And when we get there, we get there. But for now, we're just going to have to suffer with me doing that every now and then. And here I'm trying to look for just what can I attack with, and I only have the one combo. The game was definitely meant to have you play the situations, but it's not necessary. You can get through without it. It's just a good way to get money and obviously upgrading your abilities and attacks, but what it comes down to is the strategy to beat the game doesn't require you to upgrade all that. The previous fight definitely required armor boost. If I did not have my defenses up, I would have been just wrecked. And I'm just desperately trying to get the timing on the attack right, and I just can't seem to do it. I remember back in high school, the reason I found out about this game was because I was watching Toonami, and there was a segment for a while where they reviewed games, like on Fridays. The first one I remember watching was Guitar Hero, but then I remember watching the review for this game, and I was just so ecstatic. Like, it looks amazing, and even over 10 years later, like this came out in 2005, like 12 years later, it still looks really good. Some of the animations for the characters and stuff are kind of janky and stiff, but like the gameplay itself, the LFOs and everything, look really nice. It's really good, and it's just a strong competitor for like how the anime style lends itself to aging. And here again, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So circle, and then either square or circle. You can see the cutback drop turn there, which I could have done if I had done the situations, but I'm not gonna lie, they're just kind of not fun. Lifting in the LFOs is still just so good, it just feels so natural. Quite a good updraft there, and just kind of went flying. There we go, I did it! Only a 2 combo. A 3 combo would probably have finished him off there, but what you can do? He hasn't really hit us. It's kind of easy to block attacks. And there we go. And that is the end of the game.
Be more than I could ever be! Captain Seville.
That's kind of weird. I don't know what he meant by that. Just, yeah. Kind of a weird thing to say at the end there.
Tell me, what's over there for you?
It's no use. I can't see her anywhere within the detection range.
I see.
The only thing we found was the ref board.
She's gotta be alive. I know that my LFO must have protected her.
I'm sure it did.
Please take this and go far away from here.
You're sure?
Ruri told me that she trusted you. So I suppose I trust you too.
Then I take it with much thanks to you. Nirvash was made for her.
What?
I've seen you in a fight and you're good. Well, kid, you think you want to join up with us?
No, I'm going to go look for Ruri. I'll find her.
Yeah, I understand. When you find her, give her my thanks and well wishes, okay?
Yes, sir.
Be seeing you, Sunder!
I really like that scene.
I guess that this is all I have now. Okay, let's go!
And with that, Sumner goes on foot to try and find Ruri. We have given the Nirvash to Holland and thusly to Eureka, and so now the events of the anime can very much take place. I'm not sure what's up with the credits. I don't know if there's supposed to be pictures coming up on the left-hand side of the screen. I feel like that's probably what's supposed to happen, but for some reason that's not loading, and I can't find any documentation of if it's supposed to or not. If it's not, it's kind of weird that the credits are going up on the right-hand side. I think at the end of the day, something definitely is not going on correctly here, and I can't confirm or deny it. I am not emulating this game, I am playing this on my PS3, so I don't know what's happening. But anyway, since we're in the credits, I would love to just thank everyone for watching. It's been great. Thank you everyone who commented in the threads. We had some nice discussion. I'm sorry this took so much longer than it did, and I'm sorry how much I was kind of down on the beginning of the game. I feel like I was a little disillusioned, but at the end I was kind of having a lot more fun with it. At the end of the day, the game has some quirks. It's not the most amazing game ever. It has some hard scenes. The beginning of the game is kind of slow. But at the end of the day, like, I'm playing a game about my favorite anime that isn't just the events of the anime taking place in game form. While those games are good, I like that this one helped build to the story. It helped bring things up. It gave not really a reason for why the Gecko State had the Nirvash. I mean, we could have just easily have assumed, and I did assume when I watched the anime, that when they left the military they just stole it and took it with them. But I guess they didn't, and that's fine. The game came around, and from what I remember, knock on wood, the story of the second game was a lot better, and it kind of brought about all the problems the first one had and just kind of fixed them and polished them up a bit. At the base, the game is a lot of fun. The combat works. It doesn't really feel wonky or janky. The controls are nice. They're simple enough that there's no problems. You kind of can jump right in. I mean, there were a bunch of times when I came into this game after months of not recording and it just worked. And there is the new wave. Well, the new vision. Those 4 people. Yeah, I love this game. I really do. As much as I harp on it, it's great.
Hey! Sumner! Wow, you're still alive? Moondoggy, what are you doing here?
I don't know. Man, do you know how much trouble I got into?
Pretty hairy for me, too. Can't you tell by looking at me?
Well, you seem, I don't know, more grown up or something.
I've, found out who I am. Huh?
Why don't you let me give you a lick? I'm telling you, this is a mighty fine ride.
Yeah. I believe you will. I really don't know what Holland and that girl will be using the Nirvash for. But after seeing how that girl looked at the Nirvash, I felt I could trust them. I had nothing now, but I felt as though I could do anything. First I'd find Ruri. After that, I had a feeling that something else would begin for me.
To be continued in the sequel. A nice little ending sequence, and now we get the results from our episode 5. A couple C's there, but a good couple S's. And now we can do situations of the last few areas. I think there's actually more that I didn't unlock, and I don't know how I can unlock everything, but it's not really necessary. We're just focusing on the story here. And we got file 2 clear. And as you can see, it kind of resets to 1-1. And like I said, there was one more bonus thing that we had to try out. So we're not quite done yet. We got a new photo for the title card. Nice little touch for beating the game. And we have chapter select, so we can jump into anyone. And we got an overall A in everything, which is a really nice grade. In my book, anyway. Check out the situation area. We won't be doing any situations, though. Kind of have the main areas of the game. No real reason to save. But, it takes us back to here, I don't know why. As you can see, we have the option to continue, and that's what we're going to do. So, after you beat the game and you hit continue, you go back into the story from the very beginning, but you keep everything you've unlocked. All your weapons and all your equipment stays. Which means we now have the ability to actually beat Rory from the beginning. In the beginning fight. Where she totally wrecked us. Our paid upgrades carry over to this thing, as you can see once I go to the equipment. So we have our 4 things. Now then, we can't change the weapon, and that's kind of the main problem. Particularly for me. So now then, without my rocket launchers, I kind of realize, oh, right, I need to be able to aim properly. Which isn't the easiest thing to do. And while my defenses are stronger and my attacks are up, the training LFO moves very poorly. This is actually probably even more janky than the transfer from the 505 to the Nirvash. I'm just so slow in every aspect. You don't really realize it after you played in the training robot. You get used to it, and then you switch to the Type R, and you're like, oh, this feels really good. Everything is so much better. But then you get so used to the Type R, you kind of forget how bad the training robot initially was. So you come into this fight thinking, oh, I'm going to wreck this. And then that attack destroys you. So while we are now able to actually beat Rory, it comes down to if you remember how to fight in the training robot, which after months of playing in the Type R, I do not. I swear I did beat this when I was a teenager, but I also played the game like all in one day. So I don't know why she went flying there without actually taking much damage. I'm still hopeful that I can win this, but I can't. So unfortunately, this game will end on us being beaten by Rory. I'm not going back to try this again. I'm excited to continue on. I could have probably done this if I practiced a little more, but it was just a nice little thing. And with that, this is the end of the game. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next LP.
She beat me, thoroughly and decisively that day.